No, no, everyone's not going to praise you because everyone's not going to agree with you.
It's the dick pulling for me.
Excuse me?
I said it's the dick pulling for me.
You are full of your motherfucking self. Let's get into these. You know, let's get these comments.
I really love like the dialogue.
I love.
Thank you, Sweet Candy Yams. Thank you so much. I bet you do. I bet you love all that sweet chocolate, black syrup just melting on you, because the thing of it is, it's y'all that always desire and lust after our women and want our women and want to impregnate our women and have mulatto children and always, you know, and you know, that is very interesting that I've even seen through this generation of time. I have found more white men who have even compromised these positions as you proclaim to believe or think that you have to be superior. They have put themselves in positions to make themselves feel like, oh, well, you know, let me just, you know, get with this black Nubian queen and let her rule me and, you know, let me make me feel like I'm this and I'm that and things like that. Because as I told you before, Mr. Kenneth, that without our culture, without our form of essence and energy, you guys would not be able to withstand today's times, and you would not be able to coexist within this form of generation of time. You guys rely on our form of culture and community, which is why it will always be looked upon statistically and through society as a black and white thing.
Your culture, quote unquote, and your community is inside of the framework that a white man built. You're welcome.
You didn't do us any favor. And I have you know, you didn't build anything for us. If anything, we built a way and paved a way for y'all to believe and think like y'all think today, that you guys paved a way and built structure. No, bitch, we build and we did labor and structured and paved a way to make y'all motherfuckers think that you guys are superior than. I think you got the game twisted. We were the ones that made a difference to make y'all believe.
I hear what you're saying, CRT station, but let me say something to Butch, because he said I was emotional. If you ever listen to my live, boo-boo, you know I'm not emotional. I speak facts and I speak the truth at the end of the day, which is the same thing. But I also am blunt, and I'm going to speak my mind. If you don't like what I say, then you just don't like what I say. So when you say I'm emotional, you got the wrong female. I'm not emotional, but I'm going to call it as it is. I know this is your live, but if I'm getting people that's actually referring me to your live, unfortunately, no shade to you, CRT. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
No shade, baby. No shade.
I don't always put myself in these scenarios where I chime in with nonsense of talks like this person, but I wanted to see what it was about. And you are right. You know, unfortunately, some people in our community, they don't recognize the situation at hand, but I do recognize who I am. I know who I am. I love who I am. I love my people as well. Unfortunately,
I am Crystal. Thank you for sharing that, baby. Thank you so much for sharing that. For real.
The white man allowed it for you to marry your lover, quote unquote. You get to marry your husband, quote unquote, and she gets to marry her wife. Now you're welcome.
But what I'm so flabbergasted by is, why do you think that you privileged us in a way of being able to live? Boy, like, I'm sorry, sir, do you know we've been living and coexisting before you guys even existed on the planet of the Earth? We have existed and coexisted before there was even a thing called Caucasians or white with blue eyes and blonde hair. We were here. We were here.
So what?
We,
so what the white
us.
man did was take what you did and improved upon it. and
Perfect
made it
example, sir. Perfect
right.
example, sir. When you talk about the presidential election, since you wanted to go there earlier in this conversation about whether it was a blue or red type of thing that I chose as far as who I voted for, a lot of people are not even educated to even know that our first president was actually a Moor, which actually tells you what? Who was superior when it comes to the presidential election? It was a Moor. No, bitch, it was not George Washington. It was a Moor who was not accepted and was not placed as he should have been placed. It was a Moor. And Moors are what? Black, which means that a lot of people didn't even know the very first black president was not George Washington. He was a black man.
George Washington owned slaves.
Sir. Do your research, do your homework, and do your education. The very first black president who was the black president was a Moor. Google his name. And when you get the receipts and you do your Google search, you get back to me. Let's get to these comments.
Yo, CRT, fucking, I joined right when you're in that rant, and that's fucking respected. You made me stop, and like, now y'all got me listening, and I just want to say that's real shit right there, and it made me think about how a lot of people, like, I connected with that, like when you say like how most black people or African Americans can't even connect with their with their inner people, you know, and be able to bond. Like, I'm high as shit, but like, people don't realize that like
that's
a lot
okay,
of characteristics and personalities are defined
98,
by
that's all right.
environment and where you're first raised. Like, I'm a kid who, when I was younger, I was raised in the fucking suburbs and I was surrounded by fucking white people, and now I live in like the ghetto side of my town, and like where all those fucking people get into our day, and we just need to realize people do bad shit for good reasons. Because that's the only option I got, and people do plenty of good shit for bad fucking reasons just because.
That's right, KMS 1998. That's right.
He sounds like a white man.
Bitch, you guessed it. You was right.
He's not white, sir. Everyone is not Caucasian, okay?
Well,
the Caucasian way of living, my Caucasian house, my Caucasian wedding, my Caucasian lifestyle of living. Everything is not revolved around motherfucking Caucasians, okay? Me, as in being black, I am the blueprint that made you, and you need to know your place. Sir, Mr. Dutch TV, I am the blueprint that made you. I am.
Is on top, right underneath God.
So, you need to know that. That's why your form of culture of people are in need of our people like us, the essence and energy and the melon that we have, and the things that we possess within us as in like super beings. That's why you can't thrive without us. I bet you right now, if every black motherfucker was off this planet and was taken away and we were back into our kingdoms as kings and queens, and there was not a drop of blacks on earth, y'all bitches would not survive, and y'all would go what motherfucking crazy, because we are the add to the sauce that makes the cost of how society in the world goes motherfucking around.
We made it this far.
No, you made it this far
because
because
our community that is the way it is. Like you said, we can't change racism. We can't change a lot of other things, but there are things that are being in the midst of change. You know, there are things that are changing, shifting as we talk now. We just don't see it all the time on the news, of course, because they're not going to show that. And I go on and on, but I'm not going to misguide my topic of what I was talking about, which I was talking about this guy, Butch. So, yeah. But shout out to you, CRT Station. I was looking at your Instagram as well. Shout out to you. Seem like you're doing great over there, and keep doing your thing, and hopefully,
thank you, baby.
You know, I can hear more content from you, CRT Station, and further onto this platform as well as other platforms as well.
Right. Well,
I am Crystal. Thank you so much, baby. Thank you so much. I am Crystal.
Now let me address the shade that she had laced on that message that she just played. You don't have to.
Go ahead, honky.
You don't have to like me. I'm not here for everybody. You understand? Everybody's not gonna get it. But you don't have to go up there and lay all that shade on that message. You go, if you like CRT, just like him. You don't have to do all that ass kissing.
Oh, wait a minute, sir. You are not going to give I am Crystal too much because she was agreeing with me. Oh, look how the tables is turned. Now you feeling salty and feeling some kind of way because people are in agreement to what I'm saying. And I'm glad that there are at least some people on here who are woke enough to know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay, everyone is not. Look, everyone don't feel the way that you feel. Okay, everyone is not going to be the. I'm going to be the team Caucasian, and I believe if I live the Caucasian way, I can coexist and live. No, everyone's not going to praise you because everyone's not going to agree with you.
It's the dick pulling for me.
Excuse me?
I said it's the dick pulling for me.
You are full of your motherfucking self. Let's get into these comments.
CRT station. Do you think you're smarter than a 5th grader?
Wow. Yikes.
You know the messed up thing about this is that Butch is actually black.
Because apparently,
you don't know,
because apparently, Key 13, if you were on the motherfucking show, bitch, a 5th grader would outsmart your ass any day. A black 5th grader on that kind of TV show platform would outsmart your ass because a lot of the shit that you said tonight, bitch, sounded so retarded, redundant, ignorant, and foolish, girl. You shouldn't even be commenting anymore to even come this way to even ask me no question like that. Bitch, ask yourself, bitch, are you smarter than a 5th grader? Because apparently your rebuttal in this conversation of what you had to say, being a black woman, girl, you need to be asking yourself, go get your ass up, bitch. Go into your bathroom and look in the mirror and ask yourself, Key 13, or whatever the fuck your name is, bitch, am I smarter than a 5th grader? Because the shit that you said being a black woman, girl, you sounded ignorant and retarded and stupid.
All right.
Now let's go right into our comments. And hopefully you don't comment and say
real hard with CRT because, like, I'm real honesty. Like, I'm just a fucking white dude, sadly in society, like a lot of people, a lot of white people, see themselves to be on top of the hierarchy, and it's ridiculous. Like, this is how society sees it. Like, but yet in like the eyes of the maker, we're all equal. Like, we're all fucking human beings, and we all need to realize, like, going through the same fucking struggles, just on different. And sadly, it's a lot of like African Americans, a lot of Hispanic, just a lot of people being victimized simply because of they, say they live in poverty. Well, a lot of that is simply because, no job wants to hire a fucking black man, so how can that black man get out of poverty? But yet on the same coin, there's...
I want you people that's calling in and leaving these messages to give us the TLDR version. I don't want to hear those long ass essays. Come on now.
So CRT is
back with another
correct about how we stole a lot of African American culture. But yet, like, y'all, like, I've noticed a lot of African Americans, if you look down at the real facts, y'all sold each other to slavery. Like, a lot of African American warlords would raid and pillage their own villages and then take their own men, take like the strongest men, and then sell them into slavery so there would be no chance of uprising. Like, it's just how it is. Like, that's how the Egyptians did it. Like, anytime in history, like, there will be that, and like slavery, and just the strong taking the potential other strong that could overthrow them and doing rid of it. And like, the sad thing is that now that white people are using it on like a business standpoint, so like, because there are racist white people no matter what.
Jesus Christ, these long ass messages.
Also, Butch, stay in character because you keep slipping up. I be hearing,
I want you to sit your ass down somewhere.
Don't be cutting off I Am Crystal. She is liable to leave a full statement and comment if she wants to, sir. Don't you dare try to insert your Caucasian privilege and power to mute her and what she had to say, sir.
Let the white man talk.
Let the white man talk. Let's get into these comments. You are so disrespectful.
Go back to the cave.
So in other words, what she's basically saying, Mr. Butch TV, is she looks at you as an animal. Next comment.
My suggestion to you, CRT, is to downsize some of the space in your mind you're occupying. Some may understand what I mean and some may not.
Sweetheart, K13, most and probably 88% or 76% of people who are listening to this conversation are not going to understand where you're coming from, because a lot of what you've been saying has not made any motherfucking sense, bitch, besides you kissing this man's ass that you are not going to taste, touch, or fuck with, okay? Bitch, understand that he does not like you, bitch. Do you not get that? Woo! Girl, I don't know what it is within your mind, or maybe you just love to hear yourself.
You don't know
feel the way that you feel. But girl, like, get your mind out of the clouds, bitch. Like, woo! Anyway, let's get into these comments. We got a caller, and I hope it's not her because I'm not answering.
What should black people be more afraid of? Police, white supremacists, or other black people? Because if you look at the numbers, 85-90% of blacks are killed by other blacks, not by cops or white supremacists. So I don't know. You got to figure it out.
Right. Real quick.
Stan the man 42. Actually, statistically, you're right.
Once?
He's right. Actually, statistically, he is right.
Talk for once in your life. Jesus.
Fine, go ahead. There you go, trying to insert your power of being above me. Go ahead.
All I want to say was that holds true. That number holds true no matter what community you're in, because it's called proximity killing. You're gonna kill the people that you're next to. Makes sense. So I don't even understand why people bring that stat up. I like to establish my dominance by God. That's all. I don't.
But what I'm trying to figure out is, how do you put God in the midst of standing by you?
Why?
When God doesn't even stand by the shit that you're saying. God doesn't stand by what you're saying. God didn't say that anything of what you're talking about in the Bible, biblically. So what are you talking about? Why are you... Here's the thing. No.
Here's the white man from the cave
stamping
to where he is right now, ruling the world.
Why do
10% of the world population. Now look at us now.
In the midst of this, when
Look at me now.
you're really just speaking about yourself. You are honoring yourself and your culture of people. Stop playing God. Stop putting God in the midst of that. Stop that. Because God has nothing to do with your personal perceptions of what you're talking about. God has nothing to do with that. Leave him out of that. You mean yourself. You talking about yourself, Mr. Bush TV. Talking about God and me being by God.
See how CRT station was going ham on that woman. Butch removed my message. He ended my message. He didn't want me to say that he's actually black.
Bitch, you guessed it. You was right.
Actually black. So hopefully you could hear that part before he ended in this one as well. Listen to his message, his lives. And you will know, behind the scene, I even have people in the streets, a stereo, that even say he's actually black. So stop playing games act your age. If you a man, be a man. And stop being like some of these other people who are pretending to be white, or black, my bad, but actually white on the other side. You're black. So this is all comedy right here, unfortunately.
Everybody that calls up here want me to be black so bad. You're a hater.
I am Crystal.
Mr. KKK.
I don't know. She
basically called your honky ass an Edomite.
Mr. Butch, before we go on, is there some tea that you want to spill and be honest about?
Whatever you want to call me, I'll be whatever you want me to be. How about that?
CRT, don't get mad at Key 13. She's part of the fucking shenanigans. Yeah, don't get mad at her. They know each other. I mean, come on now. They know each other, so don't get mad at her. It's all good. Just, keep it together. Yeah, this is just...
The room must be packed full of KKK, Kenneth Klein, Kilborn, the third.
And you know what, Bree Talk? I'm going to have to put my mindset to believe that, because this bitch is on his nuts too hard. Like,
too hard. You're right.
Too motherfucking hard. And it's like, girl, like, we are on a platform, bitch, that you're not even in front of him right now. You are not in front of his face. You are not in his city. You're not in his town. So I'm just going to believe that socially probably know him.
Okay, this guy, seriously.
Uh-oh. That's your boy. He's a bearded, but he's a bare beard.
That is not my boy. That is your boy.
That's your boy.
At least you got.
If you want to blow your mind, there is a interview with Charles Barkley interviewing a white supremacist named Richard Spencer, and it is classic.
I've seen it.
I heard about that interview, and I actually do want to look into it. So thank you for sharing that information.
The only one on his nuts is you. Every time he says something that got to do with being freaky, you just giggle like a little girl blushing. Stop it.
Let the white man hit the buttons.
Key 13, bitch, girl. I'm gonna let you have that, girl, because I'm tired of reading you, honey. I'm tired of putting you in your place.
Hey, CRT, I think you just said the medium is the message. In this platform, people can say all kinds of shit to everybody else. It's awesome.
It is awesome. All right, look. So look, it's 1:00 in the AM Central Time. I'm not a white guy.
We have one caller.